For another stream, guys. I mean, to be honest with you, well, before I get into this, actually, um, just want to say big up for everyone that's been streaming. I'm sorry, that's been tuning in over the last week or so. Um, Obviously during the international break, I've been doing the best players of the Premier League era in their positions. I've had a lot of enjoyment doing it, and obviously there's been some great chat as well in the some great comments in the chat as well. And yeah, so we started off obviously with central midfielders, then went to centre back, then went to the wingers, then to number 10, then to right back, left back, goalkeeper, and then finally the strikers. So so yeah, as I said, big up to everyone that's come onto the stream, and they've obviously put in their comments. As I said, I've had a lot of enjoyment doing it. And again, guys, if you haven't viewed some of my other content on that, then give it a check. Then give it a check. As I said, I've had a lot of enjoyment doing it, and it's good to see, you know, myself and people that have obviously been watching the stream giving homage to some of the players of the past, and yeah, devising who we think is the best player in that position of the Premier League era. So if we start off in goal, so I went for goalkeeper Peter Schmeichel. Right back for me was Carl Walker. Left back was Ashley Cole. Centre back was Yap Stam. Centre mid was Yaya Toure. Attacking midfield left was Eden Hazard. Attacking midfield right was Riyad Mahrez. The number 10, I think I went for Bergkamp. Yeah, I think it was Bergkamp. And then obviously the striker was Thierry Henry. So yeah, it was as I said. So big up everyone for coming through and obviously giving your questions as well. Again, people might have differences of opinion. Obviously for me as well, there is some players there that I would have chosen probably in a couple of positions other players, but I think there was a few factors that came into it. So yeah, but it was good for me to do. And as I said, if you guys do enjoy the content that I've been doing, give it a check. And as I said, smash that like button and subscribe to my channel at Gav Goes In. So yeah, guys, obviously international break well and truly done now. Obviously FA Cup yesterday and today, and obviously Premier League season resumes on is it Monday or Tuesday? I know obviously Man United are playing Tuesday, which we're going to get into, and yeah, obviously going into the last stretch now of the Premier League season. 9 games left until the end. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs. I think a lot of surprising results. Big up Arash Yazdanian as well for coming on. So yeah, man, it's going to be interesting. Now, as I say, you got Europa League, Champions League sandwiched in as well. And as I said, guys, it's going to be interesting for a lot of teams. A lot of teams need to be finishing in certain positions or winning certain trophies. And as I said, it's going to be a race to the finish now, guys. As I said, if you haven't if you missed the start of the stream, make sure you check out my other content. As I said, I've been doing the best players of the Premier League era in all positions, so check out my content. Again, they are in chapters as well, guys. So if you want to obviously check out certain things, it's all on there. As I said, if you do enjoy the content, smash that like button, just one press of the button, and then subscribe to my channel at Gav Goes In. So yeah, but yeah, this morning, guys, I've woken up to some ridiculous news, and it's regarding Bruno Fernandes, and as I said, what I'll do, I'll get into it at the end. Obviously, there's a few things I want to go through, but it always happens, when it's international break. A lot of these nonsense stories come up, and the one that I've heard today in regards to Bruno Fernandes, again, yeah, I'll get into it, man. But what a lot of nonsense anyway. But yeah, big up everyone for coming on. Big up Emily Watson. Guys, as I said, smash that like button and subscribe to my channel. So, obviously, Man United, Nottingham Forest, Tuesday. I believe it's an 8 p.m. kickoff. Nottingham Forest doing very well this season. In third position in the Premier League, obviously going for a surprising Champions League places. And to be fair, they've deserved to be where they are. And obviously at home, against Man United, who again need to be picking up points to try and rise higher in the league positions. Big up Ariane. Ariane says, "Do you box?" I have boxed before, yes. Big up, it's me, Charlie. Yeah, guys, big up for coming on. So for me, Nottingham Forest, again, as I said, going for Champions League places. Man United obviously need to get the points to try and stay relevant in the league this season. Again, this isn't United's main target. Target obviously is Europa League, but they have to be getting a respectable finish for me in the league. Nottingham Forest again played yesterday. So Ariane, we're talking about football. Man United and Nottingham Forest coming up on Tuesday. So from Nottingham Forest yesterday beat Brighton on penalties, and again coming into this game on Tuesday at home in front of their crowd, they're going to be very confident, I would say. And for me, this is going to be a tough game for United. I know United have got a few players back, but I think the fact that Nottingham Forest now are in an FA Cup semi-final, and people might be saying, they might be focusing all their eggs in one basket, but I think they would much rather, and I could be wrong, if there's any Nottingham Forest fans in there, I think they would much rather get a Champions League place ahead of winning an FA Cup. I could be wrong, because again, winning a trophy is going to be key, but I think for where they are in the league, if it was a case where they could take 3 points, and that 3 points could help them maintain their position in the league over an FA Cup semi-final, then it'd be interesting. But I think they might just go for that one. But again, I could be wrong. But yeah, for me, they're gonna be in a buoyant mood, I would say, and Man United are gonna need to play well, because I think if Nottingham Forest have continue how they've been playing at home, then I think United's best bet is a draw, because I don't see United going there winning personally. I think Nottingham Forest at home have proved, that they're very resilient and they can get a good positive result for them as well. So how do I think Man United going to line up? So again, there's been news that the likes of Mason Mount, Luke Shaw, Kobe Mainu are back in training. Big up Vincent McCafferty. Yeah, guys, what I'll do, let me just go through this, and I will definitely get back to your comments in the chat, 100%. I just want to go through this just so I'm not sidetracked. But yeah, guys, big up for everyone coming on. As I said, if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, make sure you do and check out my other content. And as I said, if you do like the stream, then smash that like button. Again, it helps to reach more people. Big up Daniela Iacona as well. Yeah, big up for coming on. As I said, smash that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. So yeah, Man United versus Nottingham Forest. How do I think United will line up? Again, there's a few players that are back in training. Whether they're going to start this game, I'm not too sure. I don't think Ruben Amorim's going to change too much, I would say. United have had a good break as well. And obviously there's been news that a certain few players are on their way back. How do I think Man United will line up? So for me, I think, again, no surprises, he's going to go for the 3-4-2-1. And I think it's going to be more of the same. So I think he's going to play, obviously, Andre Onana will be in goal. The last game United played was up against Leicester City. So I think you're going to see a similar team, I would say, against Leicester City, that United played against Leicester City. Obviously, Aiden Heaven's out injured, but thank God that the injury wasn't too serious, and he should be back within the next couple of weeks. So that's definitely going to be a change there. So again, I think he's going to play Andre Onana in goal. The back three for me. Oh, sorry, Harry Maguire's back in training, I think, as well. So I think Harry Maguire is going to start, and I'll tell you why. I think I'm not sure if Chris Wood is playing for Nottingham Forest because I know he didn't play yesterday. But I think if Chris Wood plays, I think he'll play Harry Maguire because of Harry Maguire's aerial threat. So I think if Maguire's back training, which they said he was, I believe he plays three at the back of Harry Maguire as the centre back in the middle. I think he plays Matthias de Ligt as a right side centre back, and then left side centre back. I believe he goes with Noussair Mazraoui as the left side centre back. Yeah, I think that's what's going to be the back three and the goalkeeper. Then in midfield, I think he's going to play Bruno Fernandes and Manuel Ugarte. I think Ugarte will play because of his legs in that midfield up against the likes of Elliot Anderson in there, who does get around the pitch. Obviously Gibbs White will be in the pockets as well. And he's going to look at Manuel Ugarte as someone that can get around Gibbs White and provide the energy and the legs in there. The two wing backs, big up your local edits, dude. Yeah, big up for coming on. The two wing backs, I think he's going to go with Patrick Dorgu on the left and Diogo Dalot on the right. And then this is where I think it gets interesting for the three positions, because I think you're going to see... Well, no, actually, in actual fact, I think he's going to play Garnacho on the right as one of the 10s. Joshua Zirkzee on the left as one of the 10s. And he's going to play Rasmus Højlund, I think, as a striker. So I think that's the team we'll go for. More or less the same team that played against Leicester. With one change, which again, Harry Maguire comes in as Aiden Heaven is out injured. And then he'll just go in the centre, which means Mazraoui will go to left side centre back. And I think that's the exact team he's going to play. And again, Nottingham Forest are not going to be too dissimilar to what they played yesterday. I think the only change they might make in there is if Chris Wood is back. Obviously, he'll be the striker, or they could play Taiwo Iwanini, Nigerian striker. They could play him, But I think if Chris Wood is fit, then I think he plays, and then obviously that they put him as a striker. So not too much change. How do I think the game will go? For me, I think it's going to be all about the first 20 minutes. I think because obviously Nottingham Forest are going to be going for United's throats to start the game off, I believe. And I believe that if United can kind of weather the storm in the first 20 minutes, and the longer the game goes on, I think overall United do have more quality overall. And I think the longer the game goes on, I think United could be with a chance to, sneak a win. But I think if Nottingham Forest get an early goal, I believe Nottingham Forest will go on to win the game, because I think again, United recently haven't been conceding the first goal a lot of the time. So I believe if United can go through the first 20 minutes, they could hang on. But I think if Nottingham Forest get an early goal, I think the defence is good enough to withstand any type of threat. I think I look at Nottingham Forest's defence, Milenkovic and Murillo as their two centre-backs. I think as a pairing, you're probably only saying they're behind Van Dijk, Konate, Saliba and Gabriel as a pairing. I think they're that consistent and they're that good. And again, it shows you, if you look at the three teams that are the top three in the league at the moment, it's the pairings. You got Liverpool who are top with Konate and Van Dijk, Arsenal who are second with Gabriel and Saliba, and then third you've got Nottingham Forest with Milenkovic and Murillo. So the partnerships there, the centre-back partnership, is proving key this season, which is evidenced by the top three. So I think, again, if Nottingham Forest get an early goal, I think their defence is good enough to withstand that. I think people might say they went extra time and penalties with Brighton yesterday. which might have an effect on the legs. But I think they should be all right, you know, because they are a very energetic team. And again, with that crowd behind them at home, and the fact that they won that tie, you know, I think they're gonna be in a good mood. So yeah, I can see them hanging on if they definitely get the first goal, you know. And yeah, so that's what I believe anyway. So I'm gonna go for, based on that, I'm gonna go for a 2-1 Nottingham Forest win at home. 2-1 Nottingham Forest win. In the same sense, I believe that they could win it 1-0 if they get the first goal and hang on. You know, so I'm going for a 1-0 or a 2-1. I don't think United win this game. I think United obviously need to get the points, but their eyes are going to be firmly focused on the Europa League, I believe. So, yeah, I'm going to go for 2-1 Nottingham Forest, or a 1-0 scoreline. So, just getting into some of the questions. Big up people for tuning in. So, Vincent McCafferty says, where do you buy a vest with that deep of a cut? So, yeah, big up, man. As I said, man, I'm very particular with my vests. And, yeah, so if you can read the writing right there. Okay, Vanquish. You know, I'm not sure where you're based, but if you ever look at Vanquish, man, then yeah, there's some good vests, man. Because as I said, a lot of vests, I'm very fussy with my vests, you know, and there ain't too many good quality ones out. But for me, this is by far the best quality vest. So yeah, man, big up yourself for coming on. Yeah, big up your local edits, dude. Yeah, big up, guys. So he says, I'm playing FC 25 and I just packed 95 Salah. Yeah, big up, man. What I would say, man, I mean, I do play FIFA. I haven't played it in a little while. But FIFA for me, you know, I only play for the campaign mode. You know, I've never really been someone that plays online as much. I just like playing a campaign mode and picking a team, you know. And you know, I'm originally, if anyone knows, obviously you guys have obviously heard of Pro Evo Soccer. So I'm an original Pro Evolution player. So I used to play ISS when it was called International Superstar Soccer Pro, you know. So if anyone remembers that franchise, ISS, you know, that was the game I used to play. If anyone's obviously from my era in terms of that franchise of game, you would have remembered Master League, where they had the likes of the players on there already. There was a number 10 called Miranda, a striker called Castello, you know, a winger called Birchall, you know, quick winger. So yeah, if you remember ISS, man, these are the games I used to play. So I mean, I stopped playing FIFA when it was FIFA, I want to say FIFA 97, where it was indoor football. Yeah, big up gamer, bro. Big up, bro. An International Superstar Soccer Pro, man. That was the game. So I used to play that back in the day, you know. And yeah, big up Konami, man. Konami makes some serious games. So yeah, I used to play that. And as I say, the Master League, man, was Miranda, Castello, Birchall. If anyone remembers, I can't remember a few of the other players, but that's when I used to play that. And then obviously it transitioned to Pro Evo Soccer. And then, as I said to you, they had the last FIFA that I played was FIFA 97. And that was indoor football, you know, where you can just press the button. They'll be facing the wrong way. You press the button and then all of a sudden it just turns around and then you kick the ball into the goal. You know, it was very, very, very fake. But that's when I stopped playing the game. And then if you look at the FIFA franchise now, I heard that one of the guys from Pro Evo actually went over to FIFA, which is why FIFA's gameplay is the way it is now. So I have been playing FIFA as of late. I don't really play Pro no more because Pro's kind of lost its credibility and what made Pro. But yeah, I'm an original, man. And yeah, big up so big up from your question. Big up the Pro Gamers Jay from India. Big up Gavin Pugh. Yes, bro, from Liverpool. Yeah, big up, bro. Big up for coming on. Guys, as I said, if you haven't liked us, if you haven't pressed the like button, make sure you smash the like button and subscribe to my channel if you're new in here. So Reluctant Gamer says, I played Pro Evo 2006 with Adriano on the cover. Yeah, big up, man. What I would say, if you're from that era, okay, Inter Milan. That's what I would say to you. Inter Milan had Adriano and Ibrahimovic as their two strikers. And again, if you play Pro Evo for a while, you would realize that you had two players there that were the same players, but one was left-footed, one was right-footed. And Adriano and Ibrahimovic as a combination. Um, Adriano as a and Ibrahimovic as a combination were they were absolutely deadly, man. Both of them were probably the strongest players on the game. Both had the best shots in the game, and there was a period in the game where if you're at a certain angle with both players, all you got to do is just put the right amount of power on the shot and it's going in every time. So if you really was a Pro Evo player back then, you would know this. But big up, man. Yeah, FIFA Street as well, Ronaldinho. I played FIFA Street. I wasn't a massive fan of it too much, because I prefer the actual game, gameplay in terms of football. But yeah, FIFA Street was one. So big up to AV Amit FF says you look like Big E from WWE. So I've had Big E, I've had Ruben Loftus-Cheek, I've had a few others, but yeah, big up for coming through. Yeah, man. Adriano and Ibrahimovic were an absolute joke, man, on that game. So big up, man. But yeah, just going back on to what we're talking about. So yeah, FA Cup. Obviously, yesterday you had Nottingham Forest, as I mentioned, beating Brighton on penalties. I think in terms of a quarter final was a pretty poor game to watch, to be honest with you. Not much quality. But Nottingham Forest in the end getting it done on penalties. And again, man, having a great season, third in the league, going for Champions League, FA Cup semi-final. And I think Nuno, to be fair, has to be given a lot of credit, man, because yeah, Nuno's just he's turning them into a force, really, And I think what will be good for Nottingham Forest getting Champions League football is that they'll be able to attract, better quality in their team. And again, if they can do that, man, it makes the league more competitive, more exciting. Because this league season, to be fair, and the league in general is pretty poor, So in terms of quality, isn't that great. In terms of excitement, it is good because there's quite a few teams going for Champions League places, So I do think Nottingham Forest, if they can hang on, man, it'll be good for the league to get some, so they can get some better players and add quality to the league, really. So yeah, that'd be good. But yeah, so yeah, Brighton, to be fair, they'll be kicking themselves because they had a few chances, especially in extra time, that they didn't take. And again, all they've got to focus on now is the league season. And to be fair, Brighton they're in contention to get Europa League. I think Champions League as well, they're in contention. I don't know if they'll get Champions League, to be honest. I don't think so, even though it is 5 teams. But I think Europa League they can get if they carry on their form. But anything can happen. And Crystal Palace beating Fulham 3-0. I didn't see that happening. I thought Fulham at home, Fulham could have sneaked that at least 1-0, 2-1. But for Palace to beat them 3-0, goals from Eze. I'm a massive fan of Eze. I want Eze at United, as a left 10. I want him at United in the summer. But whether United are looking at that deal or not, I don't know. Ismail Assar as well. He's had a great season, to be fair, for Palace. And then Eddie Nketiah as well scored. So Palace are now through to the semi-final. So you've got Palace, Brighton. And then you've got Aston Villa playing Preston today. Aston Villa away from home, I think, should win. Have they got their eyes on Champions League football? Possibly. But I think if Aston Villa can get to a FA Cup final, semi-final, and then, respectable place in the league as well. And then, I mean, for me, them overcoming PSG is going to be a tough ask. But, they've got 3 opportunities there to get European football through the league. Obviously, Champions League and then FA Cup. And I think, Unai Emery, to be fair, is a very good manager. And I think he's going to navigate them to at least doing something decent. Whether they win anything this season, I don't know. But I think if they don't get if they don't win the FA Cup and they don't win Champions League, I do think they will try and get the 5th place for Champions League next season. I think Unai Emery's got enough about him as a manager to make that happen. So yeah, I think they should get past Preston. I know Preston. I think Preston beat who did they beat in their last round? I think it might have been a Premier League club in the last round. I can't remember. Um, so they'll fancy their chances, man. But I think Aston Villa for sure should get through that. And then you got the tied around, Bournemouth versus Man City. Now for me, Man City, in years gone by, I would have just said without even thinking, yeah, Man City are winning that. I think the fact that Man City are away to Bournemouth, and again, Bournemouth gave them problems last time they played them at home. I believe they beat them as well. And I think this could be a tough game for Man City, And for me, Man City have to win this purely because, again, they went out in the round of 16 Champions League against Real Madrid. They're not doing too well in the league by their standards. And I think if they was to get beat in the FA Cup today by Bournemouth, I think questions have to be asked, which is mad to say because for me, I think they should be winning this FA Cup, and adding another trophy to Pep's cabinet. But I'm not too sure with this game. I think, as I said, in years gone by, you wouldn't even think, you'd just say Man City easily. But I think Bournemouth at home, I think they're going to cause Man City problems. And I'm not too sure. If I'm having to be honest, I'm going to say Man City because Man City, in tough times, they have shown that they can get that they can overcome it. But I think the fact that they're away from home is going to prove a tough ask. And man, I think do you know what? I'm gonna say Man City, but I won't be surprised if it was Bournemouth, if I'm honest, But I think it's gonna be a good game. And Iraola as well, he's a top manager, man. And I think I believe if Bournemouth can get European football, I think he stays, but it wouldn't surprise me if someone comes in for him because I do think he's a very good manager. But I'm gonna just say Man City, but again, I could be wrong, So yeah, that's what I would say, man. But just gonna go through some of your questions again. Big up people for coming on. So Wrighton Gamer says he thinks Nottingham Forest will win the FA Cup. Do you know what? That's the reason I think they won't win the FA Cup is because I think they're going to focus on Champions League. I think if it was a case where they've got 9 games left to the end of the season, if they pick up another, I think if they pick up another 11 points, which is what, 4 wins? If they pick up another 4 wins within the last 9 games, starting with United on Tuesday, I think that cements them into the top 4. And then, I'm not sure when the FA Cup is going to be played, but if they've got top 4 secured, then they could put all their eggs in one basket and go for the FA Cup. Guys, if anyone knows when the FA Cup semi-finals are going to be taking place, make sure you put that in the chat because for me, that's going to be important because I think if Nottingham Forest beat Man United on Tuesday, I believe they need 3 more wins to secure top 4 for me. And then they could, by the time that FA Cup game comes around, I'm not sure how many games they've got before that in the league. I think they could focus themselves on the FA Cup. So, yeah, Gamer, you could be right, man, to be honest. But for me, it depends on how the league form is with them in terms of getting top 4. So what's your favorite clothing to wear? Like Nike, Monterex, Under Armour, Monterex, etc. To be fair, in terms of sport clothing, it's Nike all day long. Yeah, it's definitely Nike, man. 100% Nike, man. I've always been Nike. I've had couple of Adidas ones back in the day, but yeah, Nike all the way, man. Yeah, just do it. Give me. Yeah, big up, man. So your local edits dude says, oh my god, no way, I just got 95 Salah, then 95 Kane. Yeah, big up, man. And then 94 Lautaro Martinez. Yeah, well done, man. As I said, I don't really play online. I just play campaign mode. So yeah, I don't really obviously I understand. I know obviously you're playing online, but I don't really follow it as much. But yeah, big up yourself. Gamer says, I think Preston beat Liverpool. Preston not playing Liverpool, they're playing Aston Villa, bro. They're playing Aston Villa today. At home. Yeah, Preston are at home today. But yeah, no, I think I don't know. I think Villa should win, but again, if Preston was to win, I think maybe I have Aston Villa taking their eyes off this FA Cup. But I think winning a trophy is going to be key for all the teams that are left in this. So we'll have to wait and see, man. But I think Aston Villa should get over the line. Big up Siraj Al Harani, and big up Are you living a boring life? Guys, as I said, make sure you smash that like button and make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're enjoying the stream. But before we wrap, just want to get into, again, international break always brings about a lot of nonsense during this period, especially when the summer transfer window is around the corner. And again, waking up this morning to a load of nonsense in regards to Bruno Fernandes. So I'm hearing right again. The thing is, the fact that I'm laughing before I even say it, and the fact that I'm even mentioning Real Madrid, and Bruno Fernandes again is laughable. And again, I'll tell you why this is laughable, yeah? Because Bruno Fernandes, for me, has had I wouldn't say good, I'll say a decent, because I'm looking at the teams they've been playing, and the disadvantages of, I would say Bruno Fernandes has had a decent three weeks, I would say. And the fact now, and again, he's got a hat-trick against 10-man Real Sociedad, and he's got a goal against Leicester City. Two teams that were poor. And for me, the fact that we now have to hear that apparently Real Madrid want Bruno Fernandes for 90 million, 30 years of age, yeah? Again, it's, for me, not only do I not believe this, but for me, it's just it's a joke, really. Let's be honest, because I look at the midfielders that Real Madrid have right now in Eduardo Camavinga, who really, for some reason, cannot get a regular spot in the team, who for me is one of the best midfielders in the world, and he's clear of a Bruno Fernandes. I look at Aurelian Tchouameni, again, who hasn't had a great season, has been playing a lot as centre-back as well. Play Hub says, "Ooh, you're skinny." Well, yeah. Where's your face, Play Hub? Let me see your physique, man. Hater. But yeah, big up for coming on, bro. But maybe it's the camera, man. Maybe it's the camera. Yeah, maybe it's the camera. But yeah, big up gamer, man. Only a bit of banter, man. No worry. But so yeah, the fact that Aurelian Tchouameni, as I said, has had a bit of a poor season, but been playing more as a centre back. You've got him there. You've got, as I say, you got Camavinga. You've got Federico Valverde again. You've got Valverde, who's been playing as a right back, obviously because of injuries, who plays centre mid. And again, I'm talking about just centre mid, not even talking about the 10 position. Yeah. And who else you got in there? Obviously, Luka Modric is still there, still a great. But if you think, obviously, Modric is his last season. Who else is there? Dani Ceballos, again, who's come in and done a very good job. Am I missing anyone else? I think that might be it. The fact that you've got all these players that play central midfield, you know, and all these guys as well are central midfielders by trade, and Bruno Fernandes really is more of a, in a system, a 4-3-3 system, more of a box to box, has been playing as a number 10. The fact that they've got all those midfielders, and yet you, people seem to think that Real Madrid want to go and sign Bruno Fernandes for 90 million, yeah, is an absolute nonsense story, you know. And again, they've got a Jude Bellingham playing in a 10, who again isn't a number 10 and is very overrated. Why would they want to go and get Bruno Fernandes to go and do what? You know, you've got Arda Güler and Brahim Diaz, who are two number 10s as well, that should be playing. But again, Bellingham has a bigger profile than both players. But in terms of ability, Bellingham, Bruno Fernandes are not better than Arda Güler and Brahim Diaz. So the thing is, the fact that we have to listen to these nonsense stories that they want Bruno Fernandes for 90 million at 30 years of age. Yeah, again, where was this story before he scored the hat-trick and the goal against Leicester? Because these stories weren't coming about, and all of a sudden now he's had a good 3 weeks, and these stories now seem to be doing the rounds, you know. And do I think Real Madrid are going to sign him? Ancelotti is going to sign Bruno Fernandes? No, like nowhere near. Big up Uncle Mad. Uncle Mad says Bellingham is not better than Güler and Diaz. 100%. He's not. I'm not sure if you're meaning that as a joke or you're being serious, but in terms of ability, he's not. You know. Big up Play Hub. Yeah, so Play Hub says 10 pack of Twinkies. Yeah, big up, man. So Uncle Mad says, have a day off, mate. You ain't got a scoot. Yeah, it's all right talking shit, man. But explain your point. You know, I can explain to you why Bellingham isn't a better footballer than both Arda Güler. What I would say to you, Uncle Mad, is to not believe in the hype. You know, stop listening to people that can influence your mind and have your own mind. You know, I've watched football long enough to know, you know, who I believe, you know, is a good player. Bellingham is just a good player. Like, he's nothing more than that. And again, because of the profile that he has in England, you know, obviously he's ahead of the likes of Güler and Brahim Diaz for that. Not on ability. He's not. And again, as I said, if you look at the skill set of Bellingham's skill set, there isn't really much of it. He's not a great dribbler. He's not a great passer. His shooting's, I think his shooting's decent, but what Bellingham has is physicality in a league which is very technical and tactical as well. So the fact that he's got physicality, it makes him stand out a bit more because of that. But if you look at Real Madrid's midfielders in terms of technical ability, he's nowhere near any of them. He's nowhere near a Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Modric, Valverde, Güler, Diaz, Ceballos. He's in that level. And there's a reason why they play him as the most advanced midfielder, because out of all them, he's probably the most goal hungry player. But in the hub of the midfield, where you need players to be good on the ball, to be good in the first phase of play, he hasn't got that. And again, that's just common sense, you know. His skill set is box crashing, you know. He's a tireless runner, and to be honest with you, it works well for what he offers. But again, Real Madrid, if they was to come away from having a box crashing midfielder, because let's just say Ancelotti was to leave Real Madrid and they got in a manager, you know, that wanted to play possession based, Bellingham doesn't play as much as the other players. He doesn't. He only plays because the way that Ancelotti manages, Ancelotti just puts you on the pitch and says, just get on with it, kind of thing, you know. And again, it works well for a team like Real Madrid. But Bellingham isn't in there because he's just a mad footballer. He's in there because of, you know, PR, you know, he's standing in football. and the fact that his physicality works well in this league. You know, it's again, I don't care if he's 2021. You know, Lamine Yamal's 17, and look at the level of Lamine Yamal in comparison to Jude Bellingham. You know what I mean? So I don't care about age. You know what I mean? Age makes no difference. You know, and you can arguably say now that Jude Bellingham is physically at his peak now. You know, he probably doesn't get physically better than what he is now. And the thing is, you're saying I ain't got a clue, but you're not coming back with anything. You're just saying, look what you said. You said he's not a great passer. Laugh out loud. Talking to someone who doesn't understand football. So yeah, man, you're coming on there just talking. You ain't really got nothing to say, man. So if that's the case, then yeah, see yourself out of there, man. Because, you know, I only really want to be having proper conversations, and obviously you're not here for that. So you said this is your only comeback. Don't let anyone influence you. I understand what I've been saying. Benham is one of the best since he went Dortmund. Mate, you're talking rubbish. He's one of the best at what, Uncle Mad? What is he one of the best at? Explain yourself. He's one of the best at what? He's not even the best player in the England team, you know? If you look at where he plays for England, Eze, Cole Palmer, Morgan Rogers, Morgan Gibbs-White. Who else is there? A Kobe Minu, Phil Foden. I would have all them players in number 10 ahead of him easily. Again, he's playing because of his stature in the game and his PR. If you think he's in there because he's just a great footballer, then I'm sorry, man. I don't know what to tell you, because it's quite clear you're not watching football properly yourself, you know. So he does it for Madrid and England at the highest level. Okay, so what has he done for England at the highest level? Because when it came to show against Spain in the Euro final, he was arguably one of the worst players on the pitch. So again, like, you come out of all this you want, but explain yourself, because all you're doing is just saying generic things, you know. He does it for Madrid and England at the highest level. So for Madrid, he's playing in a team which is stacked of quality, you know. And when you're saying he does it for Madrid, what is he taking games by the scruff of the neck? Is he the main reason why Madrid are winning? No, they've got a team there which is full of quality, you know. So again, you're just talking rubbish, man. You're just coming out with stuff that doesn't really make sense, man. Big up Online Learning Center. Yeah, I'm from UK, man. Big up for coming on. So Eman Caruana says, bro, just shut up. Another idiot coming on there talking rubbish, you know. Guys, and if you're not gonna contribute to the channel in any positive way, then don't waste your time, man. You're not forced to be here. You know, I only want to be having proper conversations, you know. And if you're just coming on to chat shit and not have any serious dialogue, then as I said, see yourself out of it. Mods, make sure you do your job as well, man. If no one's contributing to the channel properly, then just block them, man. I ain't got time for this. Yeah, big up Play Hub, man. Big up. Again, football's about having a difference of opinion, but if you're gonna come here and just talk rubbish, you know, and disagree because you can't explain your point, then it's pointless. Yeah, big up Online Learning Center, man. Yeah, bro, make sure you put the work in, man. And obviously, I'm quite new to this myself in terms of consistently I've been doing it over the last few months, you know, and obviously I say that the channel's growing. You know, still got a long way to go, but yeah, it is growing, man. So yeah, just keep your head up and keep working. So Uncle Mad says, yeah, yes, he takes the game by the scruff of the neck. You've got an agenda and you don't watch Madrid. Madrid guys a mess. So how do you know I don't watch Madrid? How do you know that? You know, how do you know what my background in football is anyway, in terms of watching and playing? You don't. So you're just talking, man. At the end of the day, if you like Bellingham, that's fair enough. But if you think you're going to come in there and tell me that he's a great player, he's not. And I've given you reasons why. If he was to come back to the Premiership, he'll just be another player, because, again, this league now is full up of this league is a physicality league. So he hasn't got mad technique where he can get away with it, you know. And again, he's playing in the league because he's got physicality. That's the reason, you know. So you're probably thinking he's better than what he is because, you know, you like his box crashing a lot. I don't, you know. So Uncle Mad says, you wonder why you got 5 followers. Again, I haven't got 5 followers, so you're just talking shit. Yeah, man. Reluctant Gamer, make sure you block this guy, man. He's talking nonsense. I ain't got time for this, man. Unless he's gonna contribute properly, just block him, man. So Ariane says, your words lose value if you keep answering the haters. No, no, no. Listen, at the end of the day, I understand what you mean, but I don't think it loses value because at the end of the day, it's about dialogue, isn't it? So I'm here for dialogue. But if someone's coming on there just talking nonsense, then again, it's my channel, man. I'm gonna respond, innit? So, guys, as I said, you're not forced to be here, man. If you don't like the stream, then as I said, you're not forced to be here. Big up Nick White. Big up Reluctant Gamer says, Uncle Mad, you're mad, man. It's just opinion. There you go. It's opinion, man. Yeah, like if you're disrespecting my opinion by coming across rude, then I'm gonna come back. But I'm not here to be, disrespecting your opinion or saying you can't say what you got to say. But if you're gonna disrespect me on my channel, then obviously I'm gonna come back. You know what I mean? So Nick White says, I'm a police officer. Yeah, big up for coming on. Darren Ver Chauhan, I'm guessing Darren Ver's Sikh, says, bruh, who are you? another clown coming in there. But so Nick White says, you have a complaint for harassment. Did you know that? Yeah, good. Come and get me then, man. But yeah, guys, as I said, man, going back to Bruno Fernandes, as I said, man, the fact that there's been reports of Madrid wanting him for 90 million, again, is nonsense. I don't believe that one bit. And it's a nonsense story, really. But again, if this was to be some sort of, I don't know, truth in it, which again isn't, Man United obviously would be mad to not take that offer. But to be honest with you, 90 million for a 30-year-old is never going to happen anyway. So, and I think he turns 31, I believe, in September as well. So yeah, big up Online Learning Center, man. Big up, bro. But yeah, I think that for me, I wanted Bruno Fernandes gone by the end of the season in the summer, but that's not going to happen. But I just hope United do what they have to do in terms of outgoings. I've spoken about it already. For me, the likes of Garnacho, Rasmus Højlund, they're the first two that need to be gone. I want Casemiro to stay, but if it's a case where the club want to get rid of his wage, then that might be a possibility. But again, I don't see why they're moving on to someone like Casemiro. Obviously, he's got a winning mentality, but obviously his wage comes into question. Lindelof, again, him and Ericsson, they'll be leaving on a free. The likes of Onana, I don't think Onana is a pressing issue. Because I think there's other positions that need to be gone. But he is someone, for me, I'll give him one more season, and if he's not up to scratch, man, then you have to look at that. But I think because there's other positions that need to be rectified, I think if you can get rid of him as well, then yeah. But I think there's other positions that need to be looked at first and foremost. So Nick White said it's a warning. Yeah, that's good, Nick. Well done, man. As I said, if you're not contributing to the channel, man, then see yourself out, man. But so who else is there? I don't believe Kobbie Mainoo is going to go. I think Kobbie Mainoo is going to sign a new contract. I don't think he's going to be getting the 150 he wants. I don't think he's worth that anyway at this moment in time. I think 100 grand for Kobbie Mainoo is probably about right. But then again, I think that makes him more than Amad Diallo, which is a bit weird. But as I said, man, I think, yeah, I think that he needs to accept an offer which is between anywhere between 100 and 120, I would say, But I don't believe he goes anyway. Who else is there? I mean, if United was to get an offer for Dallo of 40 million, that needs to be looked at. Again, the ones that are on loan, Rashford, obviously, if they can get a bid for Rashford. For me, Malacia is a tough one, because if Malacia was to be kept for cover, because I think he can play left side centre back and play as a left wing back. I think a cover option would be good. And I think he would be a useful squad member, I believe, if you can get rid of the likes of Luke Shaw as well. So Luke Shaw, Mason Mount, these guys need to be gone. Again, between Luke Shaw and Mason Mount, the injuries they've had, they're on between them 450 grand a week, which is madness, So yeah, they need to be moved on. Who else is there? I think obviously Harry Maguire, he's probably going to stay, but if he's a fourth choice centre back, then fair enough, But yeah, I think there is there is players that need to be gone for sure, man. But we'll have to wait and see, man. We'll have to wait and see. So guys, before we wrap, so just going through some of the comments. Yeah, big up Reluctant Gamer, bro. Big up for blocking this Nick White guy just talking nonsense. Bilbo Baggins says, I love your sunglasses, or are they your nostrils? Bilbo Baggins talking crap again. It looks like Bilbo Baggins. Yeah, big up Reluctant Gamer, bro. Big up, man. Yeah, guys, big up for everyone coming on. As I said, man, obviously football's about opinions. It is, and I'm never going to disrespect anyone's opinion. But what I won't accept, obviously, on my channel is someone disrespecting me on my opinion. You can have your opinion, and if we don't agree, then we don't agree, because that's just how it is. But if you're going to come on there and try to like disrespect my opinion, then again, I'm not going to sit there and take that, because this channel's not about that. I like having dialogue with you guys, obviously Reluctant Gamer is a regular watcher on my channel. He'll tell you firsthand that, it's about having, I mean, he's put things in there that I don't agree with. He likes Bruno, I don't. I'm never gonna say no, I don't respect your opinion, because it's not about that. It's about having dialogue, man, which is what I love. And again, I love interacting with the chat. But if you're gonna come on here and disrespect me for no reason, because you're not agreeing with what I'm saying, then, as I said, you're not forced to be here. Yeah, bro, listen. Listen, I'm always going to stick with my opinion, man. That goes without saying. That goes without saying, man. Like, my opinion is my opinion, because I'm talking from someone that's played the game. As I mentioned to you guys yesterday, I've played for professional clubs in the academy. I've consumed football my whole life, and I've had first-hand experience of what goes on behind the scenes, especially at an academy level. And in terms of how PR works for certain players, I've been talking about this for years, even before I had a channel, and so yeah, my network in terms of watching and playing, like, is there, in it. So when I'm saying I don't rate certain players, I can always give you a reason as to why I don't rate them, because there's a lot of factors in this, but a lot of people just go with what the majority say in terms of the media, in terms of pundits. And what I would say, because these guys are pundits on TV, don't think that these guys know more than you, because these guys are scripted. They're scripted in what to say, in what players to back, and if you used to ask a lot of these pundits about the breakdown of the game, they haven't got an answer for it, because they don't know. That's the honest truth, and so what I would say, I'm never going to disrespect anyone's opinion, but when you come in there and we have a difference of opinion, don't disrespect my opinion by being rude. And because as I said, man, it's not about that, man. We're here to have dialogue, and if you're not here for that, as I said, you're not forced to be here. So but yeah, no, big up everyone for coming on. Big up Reluctant Gamer every time, bro. Big up for coming on. Really appreciate it, man. supporting the channel, and obviously doing your job in the chat as well. Big up Online Learning Center as well. Yeah, big up, bro. As I said, keep your head up, man, and keep working, man. As I said, this ain't easy, but you gotta persevere with it and just remain positive, man. That's what I would say if you just recently started up a YouTube channel. And as I said, man, yeah, I'm gonna be regular. But yeah, no, I appreciate you guys coming through. Yeah, big up Play Hub as well, man. Big up for coming on. As I said, appreciate the comments in the chat. And guys, as I said, make sure you put your notifications on so when I go live, if you haven't done so already, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to my channel. As I said, I can't remember how much I got now, but I think I'm about, I'll say about 90, well, about 80 short, I think, or 95 short of 1K, which is decent going for how long I've been doing it properly. And as I said, man, if you do like the stream, make sure you check out my other content. So those of you, if it's your first time in there, Reluctant Gamer will tell you. So I've been doing a stream on the best players in their position of the Premier League era. So as I said, make sure you give that a check. And as I said, if you do like it, as I said, check out my other content as well. I got some shorts on there, guys, as well from me playing as well. Some crossbar challenges that you might find interesting. So yeah, give that a check and let me know. And as I said, if you got any comments to make, guys, make sure you put your comments in once the stream's ended. On what you think, obviously, of the Bruno Fernandes and Madrid interest. What you think of Man United's game on Tuesday against Nottingham Forest. As I said, yeah, check out my content, subscribe to my channel, and big up everyone for coming on. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow, guys. Guys, I'll probably be live probably at the same time tomorrow at 12 o'clock. So yeah, if you are available, as I said, make sure you come through, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Take it easy.